If you're somebody who hasn't really paid attention to your health for most of your life and you feel kind of crummy and you're like, I want to do something. How do I do it? Which diet do I take? What supplement should I take? What should I cut out of my life? What I say is that what you got to realize is that the body's hardwired with these defenses, shields up. What are the things that take your shields down? What are the things that turn off the smoke alarm in your house, that unlock the doors? The bioactives and does amazing things to your metabolism, to your blood vessels, the lower inflammation, and just tip the odds in your favor towards longevity with a simple cup of in the morning. Something that was surprising to us. In the lab, when we did this, used extracted from oats, injected into a wound. We also discovered that the wound that healed was...
Could there be a common snack hidden in your pantry that's secretly fueling cancer cells, ramping up stress hormones, and stubbornly holding onto belly fat? In this eye-opening video, featuring insights from renowned physician Dr. William Lee, viewers will discover exactly what this harmful snack is, along with 5 powerful foods that can quickly reverse these damaging effects. In the next 30 minutes, viewers will uncover the complete list of these 5 incredible foods, each backed by research. These simple, everyday items, likely already in your kitchen, are proven to lower elevated cortisol levels that keep you feeling tired yet wired, halt cancer cells before they spread, and ignite your body's natural ability to burn fat, finally leading to visible, lasting results. Food number 5, turmeric, curcumin.
Turmeric actually comes from Southeast Asia. It is a tiny little root, kind of a nub, kind of cigar shape, but tiny, smaller. And it's got a little skin on it. And if you peel off the skin, or if you break it in half, you'll see that it's bright orange on the inside. Now, this is an edible root that can be used for cooking and stewing. You often see this in Southeast Asian cuisine. You can also find it in Indian cuisine as well. Turmeric's actually been used for traditional healing, Ayurvedic healing, traditional medicines for thousands of years. I like to think about it as a colorful spice that you can actually use for cooking as well. And what's in turmeric is something called curcumin. Now, curcumin is a bioactive that does a lot of really powerful things. Curcumin lowers inflammation in your body. It's sort of the OG, one of the original anti-inflammatory substances. All right, that's what curcumin does, anti-inflammatory. Curcumin also can cut off the blood supply, feeding cancer. So it's anti-angiogenic. This is something that I did work on years ago and to help discover that activity. Curcumin also is antioxidant, so it actually protects your DNA. Look, we all have DNA in our body. It's our genetic instructions. They make proteins. You don't want them to be damaged, because when your DNA is damaged, it's called a mutation. What does mutation set you up for? Cancer. So protecting your DNA with an antioxidant property of curcumin found in turmeric is actually another benefit. The other thing that turmeric actually does is it slows down cellular aging. Now, this is different than actually reversing aging, like you don't turn into a baby when you have it, but it actually gets your cells chilled out a little bit, so you're not as your cells are not speeding up and going towards a more aged state. All right, so it slows down cellular aging, and in fact, it can actually help to slow down the burning down of your telomeres. These are actually the kind of like the fuses at the end of your DNA that burn down as we age. It slows that whole process down. And you'd find turmeric in the either the dried spice section of a grocery store. It's a bright yellow powder that comes in a jar, but you can also find whole fresh turmeric in the produce section. It's these tiny little root-like things that if you break it apart, it's got a real orange middle of it. And the part of the turmeric that we use for spice is called the rhizome, which is similar to the root. It's not quite buried into the ground. It's like the part of the plant that's almost a root that sticks up. Now, the plant that turmeric is based on is a member of the ginger family, and that's why the root kind of looks like ginger. And this plant originated in Southeast Asia, and it's very commonly used in Indian cuisine and Indonesian cuisine, especially in curries. It's got this warm, peppery flavor. That's what you're looking for when you actually cook with turmeric. And because of its yellow color, turmeric is sometimes used as a fabric dye or actually used to colorize food as well. The bioactive in turmeric is called curcumin, and curcumin has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. And this has been studied many times in clinical trials, and it's been shown for its potency in almost every study. In fact, one study that was conducted by the Isfahan University in Iran, they looked at 60 people with osteoarthritis of the knee. This is like really painful wear and tear arthritis in the knee. And what they did is they gave the subjects either turmeric or a standard non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug like naproxen, okay? And so turmeric versus pharmaceutical every day for 4 weeks. And at the end of the study, what the researchers found is that taking turmeric was just as good as the pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory drug when it comes to reducing the inflammatory marker in the blood called prostaglandin E2. So they gave these people drugs versus turmeric, and they actually found that when it looked at the inflammatory marker in the blood, that both of them reduced it equally. This is food as medicine in real life. Another study from Spain looked at 68 individuals with knee arthritis, same kind, and showed that it decreased the blood marker, inflammatory blood marker, C-reactive protein, or CRP as well. Again, 2 different inflammatory markers, all decreased by people with arthritis taking turmeric. Now, curcumin, the bioactive, is also an antioxidant. It also improves metabolism, and my own research shows that it can actually improve the health of your blood vessels, your circulation as well. In fact, curcumin is so potent as a bioactive that when you eat it, your body doesn't want to absorb and hang on to all of it. It kind of kicks it out in your gut. So if you want to hang on to your curcumin, what you want to do is to be able to eat it along with some freshly cracked black pepper, because inside black pepper is a natural substance called piperine that helps your body retain curcumin. All right, so that's why turmeric and black pepper are often mixed together like in a curry in order to be able to get the most benefit from this particular spice.
Ignore chronic inflammation, and you risk accelerating tumor growth, intensifying chemotherapy's brutal side effects, and inviting the kind of persistent, throbbing pain that makes restful sleep nearly impossible. This isn't just theory. It's the tough reality that doctors and nurses witness every day in hospitals across the globe. But fortunately, there's a powerful and natural remedy you can start using immediately: turmeric. This golden yellow spice, often found tucked away in your pantry, can swiftly calm dangerous inflammation. All it takes is 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder mixed with a tiny pinch of black pepper, and within less than an hour, inflammation begins to subside, effectively starving cancer cells of their essential fuel source. The National Cancer Institute recently highlighted a compelling study involving mouth cancer patients. Participants taking curcumin, the active healing compound in turmeric, remarkably experienced no severe mouth sores during treatment. In contrast, half the patients who didn't use curcumin suffered from intensely painful grade 4 sores. Additionally, those who took curcumin maintained healthier body weights throughout chemotherapy. These powerful results clearly show turmeric's unique ability to safeguard healthy tissue from the harsh, wasting effects of cancer treatments. In just a few moments, you'll learn an easy, kitchen-friendly curry night trick that triples turmeric's healing power. But first, let's dive deeper into how turmeric can help you melt away stubborn, dangerous belly fat. Curcumin significantly lowers inflammatory signals, especially interleukin-6, IL-6, a molecule known to force your body into storing belly fat. A remarkable 10-week clinical trial involving teenagers on a moderate diet found that by simply adding 500 milligrams of curcumin daily, participants saw dramatic reductions in waist circumference and decreased levels of C-reactive protein, a crucial inflammation marker tied directly to heart disease and numerous cancers. But turmeric's healing reach extends even further. This remarkable spice also gently calms your body's stress control system, known as the HPA axis. By easing the sharp peaks of cortisol, the stress hormone that leaves you feeling exhausted yet wired. Curcumin helps stabilize your energy levels, uplift your mood, and even curb those stubborn late-night cravings that sabotage your healthy eating efforts. And now, here's that promised secret to maximize turmeric's absorption and effectiveness. Turmeric thrives with heat and healthy fats. Simply sauté 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder in half a teaspoon of olive oil for about 30 seconds, and then add it to your broth or vegetables. This gentle heat opens up turmeric's cell walls, while the olive oil swiftly carries curcumin directly into your bloodstream. For an extra boost, sprinkle in a pinch of black pepper, known to amplify curcumin's absorption by up to 2,000%. Picture the profound relief that comes as inflammation fades, relentless pain subsides, and your body can finally redirect its energy toward healing and restoration.
So here are some pro tips when it comes to turmeric. If you want to buy it fresh, you want to store it in the fridge, make sure you dry it really well. If you're going to wash it off, which you should, dry it really well by wiping with a towel, because otherwise mold can very easily grow on turmeric. And if you have powdered turmeric, just store it in a jar, make sure it's airtight, and keep it in a dark, cool area. And for some cooking tips, I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to add some dried turmeric to soups and stews to give it some flavor, that warm, peppery flavor, a little bit of color. And if you're roasting vegetables like carrots or cauliflower, you can sprinkle some turmeric on top of it. It makes it a beautiful color, as well as to give it a nice flavor to it as well. The other thing you can do, if you're roasting a chicken, for example, you can actually sprinkle some turmeric on the skin and cook it right into the chicken, and you'll get some, again, a nice, beautiful, flavorful chicken. And if you want to also just scramble some eggs, you can also sprinkle turmeric on scrambled eggs as well. There's so many different ways to use it. You might have seen it at a coffee shop. You can put turmeric into coffee. You can add it to tea. And of course, if you're making your own curry, by combining lots of different spices, this is actually where turmeric powder really, really shines.
Don't stop just yet, because the next food you'll discover flips a remarkable genetic switch, forcing stubborn fat cells to burn themselves away naturally. 4. Dark chocolate.
Chocolate is a confection, it's candy. Chocolate is actually made with cacao. Cacao is a plant-based food which contains polyphenols. The more cacao you have in the chocolate, the darker the chocolate, right? It's 70% cacao, 80% cacao, even 100% cacao. That's when you actually have a lot of the polyphenols from the cacao plant-based. One of the things that we look for is for healthy chocolate is the percent higher levels of cacao. The more, the better. I always say 80% or higher is exactly what you want. Okay, now, what does dark chocolate do for you? It does a lot of things. One of the most important things the polyphenols do is it recruits your stem cells. All right, that's right. We all have stem cells in our body. They were left over when we were growing in our mom's belly in the womb, and they formed our organs. All right. So when we were actually born, there were extra stem cells left over, about 70 million. All right, and they all got packed away, stored away in our bone marrow. So our bone marrow is the little the spongy stuff in the middle of our bone. If you ever took a chicken bone and broke it in half, you would actually see that brown stuff in the middle. That's bone marrow. That's packed with stem cells. So eating chocolate, the chocolate bioactives called proanthocyanidins actually calls out those stem cells into our bloodstream. It signals to them so they come flying out of our bone marrow like bees coming out of a hive, and they circulate around in our blood. And you know what they do? They look for areas that need to be fixed, like potholes in the road. They're looking for where they need to patch, and not just in your blood vessels, although that's a very important place for dark chocolate to have its activity. The proanthocyanidins, stem cells, actually fix your blood vessels, but also other organs as well, right? The stem cells are going everywhere, your brain, your heart, your liver, your lungs, everywhere. So dark chocolate is actually a way of stimulating these stem cells to come on out in order to be able to do their thing.
High stress days cause cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, to surge dramatically, inadvertently signaling tumor cells to multiply and causing stubborn belly fat to stick like glue. To make matters worse, many people unknowingly reach for sugary, low-quality treats when overwhelmed, fueling this dangerous cycle. But here's some surprising welcome news. Dark chocolate isn't just a treat, it's powerful medicine. A groundbreaking 4-week clinical study found that eating just 1 ounce of dark chocolate with at least 85% cacao daily significantly reduced morning cortisol levels. Participants didn't merely see improvements on paper. They genuinely felt calmer, less stressed, and more capable of managing hunger, cravings, and emotional eating throughout the entire day. In a moment, you'll get our quick and easy recipe for an indulgent, 2-minute stress-busting bark, a treat that tastes like dessert yet actively supports fat loss. But first, let's uncover precisely why dark chocolate is a remarkable ally in the fight against cancer. Rich in natural compounds called flavonols, cacao sends critical signals to specialized immune cells known as NK cells, instructing them to actively patrol your bloodstream and tissues to hunt down and destroy emerging cancer cells. Even more fascinating, these flavonols also help starve tumors through a process called anti-angiogenesis, the prevention of new blood vessel growth, which Dr. Lee thoroughly explains in his best-selling book. Without new blood vessels, tumors simply cannot grow or spread effectively, depriving cancer cells of nutrients and essentially starving them at the source. Yet chocolate's power goes even deeper. It boosts your body's natural fat-burning ability through a unique compound known as theobromine. Theobromine activates brown fat, the beneficial type of fat cells that burn calories rather than store them, effectively increasing your resting metabolism. This means you can literally enhance your body's fat-burning capabilities while sitting comfortably, relaxing with a book, or enjoying a peaceful evening. Ready to try it yourself? Here's a simple yet powerful recipe for stress-busting bark. Takes only 2 minutes. Gently melt 1 ounce of 85% dark chocolate over low heat. Then stir in a tablespoon of chopped almonds to add a satisfying crunch and additional healthy fats. Spread this rich mixture thinly onto wax paper and pop it into your refrigerator for 5 minutes to set. Once hardened, break it into delicious bite-sized pieces. Enjoy this doctor-approved treat each day as your personal serving of powerful stress relief and metabolic support. Picture yourself savoring this indulgent dessert without guilt, knowing that with each bite, you're calming stress, burning fat, and strengthening your body's natural defenses. But don't stop here. The next food on our list packs even more antioxidants than chocolate and fights cancer aggressively from 3 distinct angles. Grab your pen and prepare to discover this powerful superfood next. 3. Mixed berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries.
Eating blueberries can improve your metabolism. How do they do this? Blueberries contain bioactives. One of them is called anthocyanin, the other one's called proanthocyanidin, and the one's called quercetin. And these actually improve your metabolism. So, studies in Turkey have actually enrolled adults who were overweight and gave them blueberries to eat. And what do you think they found? Well, first of all, these adults were put on a reduced calorie diet and a little bit of exercise just so they weren't couch potatoes and they were moving and not eating too much. And then after 6 weeks, they gave them blueberries to eat. How much? Really just a 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries every day for another 6 weeks. But they gave one group of blueberries, one group of placebo. So you know what they found? They found the blueberry eaters lost 8 pounds or 21% more than the group that was eating the placebos. Meaning that if you were having a healthy lifestyle with exercise, reducing your calories, adding blueberries, even frozen blueberries, would actually help you lose more weight. Now, the other thing is that eating the blueberry eaters also had less visceral fat. That's the kind of harmful inflammatory fat that you want to get rid of within the tube of your body. The blueberry eaters also had better insulin sensitivity, meaning that they had better overall metabolism as well. Now, here's the thing about blueberries. They are in season in the summertime, and if you're going to go out to a farmer's market or grocery store looking at blueberries, here's a little tip of what you actually want to be able to avoid. Don't go for any of the berries that are green. Avoid those. They're not ripe. And don't go for any ones that are really, really softened up. Those sort of on their way to rotting. So just avoid those. And if you can't get summer blueberries, that's okay. Frozen blueberries, just like that research study showed, are actually just fine. Here's something else you might not know about blueberries. They have other names. So, for example, they've been called wild huckleberry or even whortleberries. And in Europe, they're known as bilberries. Use the name that you're most familiar with, but you recognize them on sight. They're these tiny little dark blue, super sweet berries that you can find during the summertime. Now, here's how I like to use blueberries. I like to eat a handful of them in the morning, just rinse them off. Always rinse off your blueberries. Organic is even better. And then dry them off and just pop them into your mouth, all right? That's a great way. Or you can add them to some yogurt. I always use whole fat yogurt. You can also sprinkle them into a salad. And if you're a baker, add them to muffins. Those are easy ways to actually get blueberries into your system.
Skipping colorful fruit isn't just a harmless choice. It actively deprives your body of essential anthocyanins, the vibrant pigments proven to safeguard your DNA. Without these powerful antioxidants, tiny DNA scars begin to accumulate, silently fueling cancer development and speeding up the aging of your fat cells, making stubborn belly fat even harder to lose. Fortunately, the solution is simple, delicious, and backed by science. Just 1 cup of mixed berries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, delivers a robust, protective color shield to your cells. Fresh or frozen berries work equally well, provided there's no added sugar to dilute their powerful effects. In a moment, you'll learn which affordable berry surprisingly surpasses even the priciest ones in laboratory tests. But first, let's look at why berries are such powerful cancer fighters. Rigorous studies, like those published in the National Institutes of Health, confirm that berry compounds effectively inhibit specific enzymes cancer cells use to invade surrounding healthy tissue. They also dramatically reduce inflammatory markers linked directly to cancer's spread and aggression. In compelling animal research, mice-fed diets rich in berries developed significantly fewer digestive tract tumors compared to mice on standard diets, vividly demonstrating berries' remarkable protective potential. But the benefits of berries don't stop at cancer prevention. They also play a powerful role in stress reduction and weight control. Packed with fiber, berries quickly satisfy hunger and naturally cut total calorie intake without any tedious counting. Additionally, berries nourish beneficial gut bacteria that produce the calming brain chemical GABA, proven to help reduce stress and anxiety-driven eating habits, effectively curbing emotional overeating at the source. Now, here's your practical tip for maximum value. The most cost-effective choice on the berry aisle is surprisingly the humble blackberry. According to health experts, blackberries consistently top laboratory tests, offering some of the highest anthocyanin levels per penny spent. Tossing blackberries into your oatmeal, smoothie, or yogurt provides unbeatable antioxidant protection without breaking your budget. For easy daily use, keep a 1-cup portion of mixed berries handy in your freezer. Blend them with half a banana and water for a delicious 2-minute breakfast smoothie, or stir them into plain yogurt as an evening snack to effortlessly tame those late-night cravings. Imagine the relief as your cells gain colorful armor, your sweet tooth naturally settles, and stubborn body fat finally begins to melt away. But don't stop now. Coming up next, you'll discover a humble sprout capable of activating your body's detox genes and igniting fat burning at its deepest cellular level. 2. Broccoli sprouts.
Broccoli. I want to focus in on broccoli for a second because broccoli is kind of like a triple whammy, a triple threat of benefit when you actually talk about anti-inflammation. So here's what broccoli has. It's got a bioactive that's called isothiocyanate, ITC, all right? And this is powerfully anti-inflammatory. Broccoli is also a good source of vitamin C, as I mentioned earlier. That's number two, that's the second benefit. And broccoli's got dietary fiber. Good for the gut microbiome, which then lowers inflammation. Isothiocyanate, vitamin C, dietary fiber, a triple whammy that's good for you, all right? Now, I'm gonna give you some pro tips when it actually comes to eating broccoli. Most of us grew up eating broccoli and getting used to the fact that you eat the florets. Those are the treetops, right? The little green treetops at the top. And of course, florets do have ITC, florets do have vitamin C, and florets do have dietary fiber. So florets are good, all right? That's what you normally see in a restaurant. But if you went to the farmer's market, all right, and you took a look at what broccoli really looks like, broccoli's got treetops, the florets, but it's got a really long stem, all right? Make sure that if you are buying whole broccoli, get the stem too, because the stem has twice as much of the isothiocyanates, twice as much of the bioactive that lowers inflammation, and the stem is also really, really packed with dietary fiber as well. So I would definitely use the entire broccoli. Now, to cook pieces of broccoli, you can slice up the stem into medallions and actually cook with those, stir fry with them, saute them. The best way that I like to cook broccoli, get a pot of boiling water, like a pasta pot, get water boiling, and clean your broccoli, and cut it up, prepare it, and literally just throw the broccoli in the boiling water, blanch it for 1 minute, maybe even less. You will see the natural green color of your fresh broccoli suddenly get greener and greener and brighter. And you want to fish it out of the water before it gets super bright. You leave it in there, it'll get brighter, and then it'll get duller, because now all of a sudden, pretty much you've cooked out all those bioactives. You know, that's the stuff that your grade school cafeteria served. Don't go there. Blanch it. That's like 60 seconds in boiling water, or water that was boiling. You turn it off, you put it in there, then fish them out. And now you can cool them off if you want with some water. Now you can cook with them. And now it's the perfect thing to saute. You can cook it really quickly, right? Otherwise, you'd have to cook the broccoli for a lot longer. But if you want to saute quickly, or if you want to actually wok sear something, that's the quick way, is to blanch the broccoli first, all right? That's a typical thing that I do. If you're going to cook in a wok, for example, a little bit of oil, a little bit of garlic, or shallots, all right? Stir fry it. You can put a little bit of rice wine in there. Don't worry, the alcohol cooks right off. And then add a little soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, please. And then if you want, you could actually put some oyster sauce on there after basically everything's done. And we're talking about like less than 2 minutes, you'll be finished. Put some oyster sauce in there, stir it around a little bit, and serve it. What an amazing umami flavor. And you get all the benefits of the broccoli, including the stems. If you actually are stir frying with the stems, you're getting the vitamin C, you're getting the isothiocyanates, you're getting the dietary fiber, you're getting all these components that can lower inflammation if you have arthritis. So that's a tasty way to actually lower inflammation, okay? Now, if you're going like, all right, I'm not gonna go to all that trouble, what can I do with the stems? Look, you can actually make a soup out of broccoli stem, all right? Put it in a blender, add some vegetable stock, oregano, and you've got a broccoli stem oregano soup. I got a great recipe in the book that I wrote called Eat to Beat Disease. And by the way, it only takes 20 minutes from start to finish, all right? That's pretty good, and you can make a batch of it so you can have it over for lunch the next day, all right? Now, here's a pro tip. If you wanna get all those isothiocyanates, but you wanna get like the really superhero punch of it, like the really potent amount, use broccoli sprouts. These are the 3 or 4 day old tiny little sprouts of baby broccoli, and they are packed with isothiocyanates. In fact, baby broccoli sprouts have 100 times the isothiocyanates that adult broccoli does. All right, so you really get a lot of you get a little potency with broccoli sprouts. You can use them to make a broccoli sprout shake, or you can sprinkle them on a salad, or virtually any dish that you're making. You can make use of broccoli sprouts. You can find them in farmers markets. You can usually find them near the herb section of a grocery store. They're not very expensive. They don't taste a lot like broccoli. They're mild, they're slightly nutty flavored, and they're delicious. So I recommend that.
Toxins naturally accumulate in your body's fat stores, quietly piling up over time. When your body's detoxification genes remain inactive, these cancer-causing chemicals stay trapped, fueling inflammation and pushing your stress hormones higher and higher. Fortunately, there's a simple yet powerful solution that awakens your body's natural detox process: broccoli sprouts. Remarkably, just 3 tablespoons of broccoli sprouts deliver more sulforaphane, the powerhouse molecule responsible for activating detox pathways, than an entire head of mature broccoli. Sulforaphane flips a critical internal switch known as NRF2, igniting your body's innate detoxification mechanisms and rapidly flushing out harmful toxins. In just moments, you'll discover the incredibly easy jar method that allows you to grow these powerful sprouts at home for mere pennies. But first, let's dive deeper into why sulforaphane is considered a triple threat compound against cancer, fat, and stress. Detailed scientific studies confirm sulforaphane's powerful anti-cancer effects. Research shows sulforaphane effectively blocks phase 1 enzymes that would otherwise activate carcinogens, while simultaneously boosting phase 2 enzymes responsible for swiftly flushing these dangerous substances out of your body. But that's not all. Sulforaphane also cuts off tumor blood supply through anti-angiogenesis, the same cancer-starving process outlined earlier, dramatically reducing tumors' ability to grow and spread. The latest cutting-edge research from 2024, reported by Smarter Naturally, has revealed yet another incredible benefit. Sulforaphane boosts your metabolism by activating brown fat, the beneficial fat that burns calories to generate heat. It also significantly improves glucose control, stabilizing blood sugar and promoting steady energy throughout the day. Simply put, sulforaphane helps your body burn calories more efficiently while naturally regulating your blood sugar levels. Additionally, broccoli sprouts provide powerful stress relief by neutralizing reactive oxygen species, damaging molecules responsible for oxidative stress and inflammation. By clearing these harmful substances, sulforaphane helps reduce cortisol levels, sharpen mental clarity, and ease the constant foggy, anxious feeling that chronic stress creates. Ready for the easy, inexpensive jar method to grow broccoli sprouts at home? Here's how. Place 2 tablespoons of broccoli seeds in a quart-sized mason jar. Cover with water and a breathable mesh lid, then let them soak for 8 hours. Drain the water, and then rinse and drain twice daily. Within just 3 days, you'll have vibrant, nutrient-dense green sprouts ready to enjoy. Keep your sprouts fresh by refrigerating them, where they'll stay good for up to 1 week. For easy daily use, toss a generous fistful of sprouts onto your favorite salad or pile them atop scrambled eggs after cooking. Remember, heat destroys sulforaphane, so always enjoy these sprouts raw or add them to hot dishes only after cooking to preserve their powerful detoxifying benefits. Imagine your body's detox pathways fully activated, harmful toxins rapidly clearing out, your blood sugar levels steady, and your metabolism finally tapping into stubborn fat reserves. But don't stop yet. The final food on our list is the easiest, quickest stress reliever on Earth, and it's practically free. 1. Green tea, matcha or loose leaf.
Matcha. All right. Matcha is one of my favorite ways of having green tea. Now, we know green tea, it looks like you're drinking some green tea in front of you right now. You know, you have it in a tea bag, so the tea leaves are steeped in the hot water, and the polyphenols, the catechins, come dissolving out of that into the water, and you sip it, and you get the good stuff, the catechins, which, by the way, turn on your brown fat to trigger down and burn harmful white fat. Now, but I got to tell you, matcha is a heck of a lot more powerful than tea in a bag, because matcha is the entire tea leaf ground into a powder. Now you get 100% of the polyphenols. There's nothing left inside a tea bag. The whole shebang is in there, and the dietary fiber, good for your gut microbiome. So if you want a dose of the polyphenols from tea, drink matcha. You get the fiber, you get 100% of the polyphenols. It's super, super powerful. And that's been shown to burn down harmful body fat. How do we know it burns down harmful body fat? Is because it actually shrinks your waistline. You could actually lose an inch of a belt. Listen, if you are struggling with the taste of matcha, which is, listen, the reason it tastes like grass is because it's a whole damn leaf in there. Okay.
Yes.
Here's what you do. Make a smoothie or a shake with it and just pour it in there and it'll disappear right in the background.
Skipping hydration isn't just uncomfortable. It can sabotage your cancer treatments, forcing your kidneys to work overtime, ramping up fatigue, and driving weight gain as sugary beverages quietly creep into your daily routine. Thankfully, there's a simple, powerful swap. Trading just 2 cups of soda a day for green tea eliminates around 200 empty calories immediately, while flooding your cells with a remarkable compound called EGCG, proven scientifically to instruct cancer cells to self-destruct. Right after learning the ideal brewing method, you'll discover an easy iced tea hack that even kids love. But first, what makes EGCG uniquely effective against cancer? According to research, EGCG actively blocks a harmful enzyme called DNMT that cancer cells rely on to silence critical tumor suppressor genes. When EGCG neutralizes DNMT, those crucial protective genes awaken, swiftly identifying rogue cancer cells and ordering them to die. A remarkable defense mechanism your body naturally holds, waiting to be activated. Yet, the benefits of green tea don't stop at cancer prevention. Green tea also gently soothes stress and ramps up fat burning simultaneously. Its natural amino acid, L-theanine, crosses directly into your brain, increasing calming alpha brainwaves in mere minutes, quickly promoting relaxation and improved mood. At the same time, the dynamic combination of caffeine and catechins present in green tea boosts thermogenesis, the body's calorie-burning process, by roughly 100 calories daily. It's subtle, steady, and adds up significantly over time. To unlock all these powerful benefits, brewing green tea correctly is essential. Simply heat water to precisely 175 degrees. Then steep 1 teaspoon of loose-leaf tea or a single tea bag for just 2 minutes. Avoid steeping longer, as this creates bitterness and destroys much of the beneficial EGCG. For a refreshing iced tea twist, brew your green tea double strength, then pour it over ice and finish with a squeeze of fresh lemon. The vitamin C from lemon juice stabilizes catechins, protecting their potency, and adds a fresh flavor that even kids enjoy. Picture yourself sipping calm, focused energy while simultaneously shrinking cancer's lifeline and steadily melting away body fat. One soothing cup at a time. Now, pause for a quick moment and reflect. You've just gained powerful knowledge. Turmeric to quiet chronic inflammation. Dark chocolate to tame runaway cortisol. Berries to protect your DNA. Broccoli sprouts to deeply detoxify. And green tea to starve tumors. Which will you start today? Type, "I'm in the comments and share which food you're most excited to try first. Cancer is scary, but food is powerful. When you flood your plate with these 5 simple staples, you swing momentum back toward healing. Lower stress, slimmer waist, stronger body. That starts today. Share this video with someone who needs hope. And check the description for my quick start grocery list plus brewing and cooking guides. Remember, small bites, daily wins, lifelong strength. You are not alone in this fight.